I've gotten spoiled at home with my dual monitor setup. Now I've got this tiny little amount of screen real estate. I'm like, weird stuff.
Where are you?
I'm in Denver.
Oh,
Rocky Mountain High.
So you have that conference this week?
Yes. So I'm here this week while annual conference is going on. I'm sadly unable to make it.
Yeah.
is it really that sad though?
Do I look sad? Don't I look sad?
How sad are we supposed to feel? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Denver.
Actually, I was curious what it would be like this year. Now with all the disaffiliations, it probably is a lot more pleasant, honestly.
Oh, that makes sense that it would change the tone and the culture a little bit.
Yeah. I've heard. So I was going to meet a guy here. I was hoping to meet a guy here who started a church and a bar. And he's at his conference so I'm not able to meet up, but likewise. Hey Teresa.
Hey Teresa.
Really works if I'm not muted.
A little better. We like.
Sorry, I've taken a little bit of a Facebook break, and Zoom was really mad at me about that, and I had to figure out what was going on. So anyway,
you're fine. We had all manner of technical adventures in the last 10 minutes or so. Well, happy Father's Day, everybody.
Yeah, happy Father's Day.
To all those who parent in different capacities.
The lackluster gifts and salutations we get today. Half-hearted get-togethers.
No, that's fine.
You. I appreciate you.
Oh, it's Father's Day today? Okay.
Got to do the contrived Hallmark Hallmark holidays.
I know. Yeah. Well, I will let y'all say when we're ready to start. It's a few minutes after.
I think Rob and Miller said they were having trouble, so I think probably we're going to be it today.
Yeah, small crew.
I'm good to go when y'all are.
Yeah, just tell me who I am.
We will do it. Good morning, everyone. My name is Melissa Scott. My pronouns are she and her, and I will be leading us this morning in worship. So I appreciate those of you who have joined. We will divvy up roles. We have a smaller crew than normal, so I'm kind of going to just take volunteers if that's okay. Does somebody mind being the liturgist for us?
I'm going to slide right onto my normal role.
You got it.
Liturgy me.
Liturgize us, starting.
Liturgize me.
Good.
I'll be Rob since I also have a beard.
Okay. Well, we got to be consistent on some level. So the Hebrew Bible passage today is pretty short. I'll read that one. Teresa, do you mind reading the New Testament passage? It's on the
will do it.
side. Awesome. Thank you so much. Whenever you're ready.
Good morning. Tomorrow is Juneteenth. Deriving its name from combining June and 19th, it is celebrated on the anniversary of the order issued by Major General Gordon Granger on June 19, 1865, proclaiming freedom for enslaved persons in Texas. Originating in Galveston, Juneteenth has since been observed annually in various parts of the United States, especially in Black communities. The day was first recognized as a federal holiday in 2021 when the Juneteenth National Independence Day Act was signed into law after efforts of Luther Bridges Galloway, Opal Lee, and others. At 93, Opal Lee leads an annual freedom walk on Juneteenth in her hometown of Fort Worth, Texas. The mile is 2.5 miles. The walk is 2.5 miles long, commemorating the 2.5 years between President Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation and the day that the last enslaved persons were freed by General Granger's order in Galveston. Greetings. Today we draw a circle, but not of exclusion, but of inclusion.
Our God has revealed that God's name is love.
And the glory of God is a human being fully alive.
We come to be students of love and of life.
To learn and to teach, to share the wisdom of our ancestors.
Draw near and let us break together the bread of life.
All right, today's responsive reading comes from Psalms 116, verses 1 through 2 and 12 through 19. I love the Lord because he heard my voice and my supplications.
Because he inclined his ear to me, therefore I will call on him as long as I live.
What shall I return to the Lord for all of his bounty to me?
I will lift up the cup of salvation and call on the name of the Lord.
I will pay my vows to the Lord in the presence of all his people.
Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his faithful ones.
O Lord, I'm your servant. I'm your servant, the child of your serving girl. You have loosed my bonds.
I will offer to you a thanksgiving sacrifice and call on the name of the Lord.
I will pay my vows to the Lord in the presence of his people.
In the courts of the house of the Lord, in your midst, O Jerusalem. Praise the Lord.
Our Hebrew Bible reading today comes from Exodus 19, verses 2 through 8. They had journeyed from Rephidim, entered the wilderness of Sinai, and camped in the wilderness. Israel camped there in front of the mountain. Then Moses went up to God. The Lord called him from the mountain, saying, "Thus you shall say to the house of Jacob, tell the Israelites, you have seen what I did to the Egyptians and how I bore you on eagle's wings and brought you to myself. Now, therefore, if you obey my voice and keep my covenant, you shall be my treasured possessions out of all the peoples. Indeed, the whole earth is mine, and you shall be for me a priestly kingdom and a holy nation. These are the words that you shall speak to the Israelites." So Moses came, summoned the elders of the people, and set before them all these words that the Lord had commanded him. The people all answered as one, "Everything that the Lord has spoken, we will do."
Okay, the New Testament passage comes from Matthew 9 and 10. Then Jesus went about all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues and proclaiming the good news of the kingdom and curing every disease and every sickness. When he saw the crowds, he had compassion for them because they were harassed and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. Then he said to his disciples, "The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Therefore, ask the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into his harvest." Then Jesus summoned his 12 disciples and gave them authority over unclean spirits to cast them out and to cure every disease and every sickness. These are the names of the 12 apostles. First, Simon, also known as Peter, and his brother Andrew, James, son of Zebedee, and his brother John, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew the tax collector, James, son of Alphaeus, and Thaddeus, Simon the Canaanian, and Judas Iscariot, the one who betrayed him. These 12 Jesus sent out with the following instructions: "Go nowhere among the Gentiles, enter no town of the Samaritans, but rather go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. As you go, proclaim the good news. The kingdom of heaven has come near. Cure the sick, raise the dead, cleanse the lepers, cast out demons. You received without payment, give without payment. Take no gold or silver or copper in your belts, no bag for your journey, or 2 tunics or sandals or a staff, for laborers deserve their food. Whatever town or village you enter, find out who in it is worthy, and stay there until you leave. As you enter the house, greet it. If the house is worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it is not worthy, let your peace return to you. If anyone will not welcome you or listen to your words, shake off the dust from your feet as you leave that house or town. Truly, I tell you, it will be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah on the day of judgment than for that town. See, I am sending you out like sheep into the midst of wolves. So be wise as serpents and innocent as doves. Beware of them, for they will hand you over to councils and flog you in their synagogues, and you will be dragged before governors and kings because of me, as a testimony to them and the Gentiles. When they hand you over, do not worry about how you are to speak or what you are to say, for what you are to say will be given to you at that time. For it is not you who speak, but the Spirit of your Father speaking through you. Brother will betray brother to death, and a father his child, and children will rise against parents and have them put to death. And you will be hated by all because of my name. But the one who endures to the end will be saved. When they persecute you in one town, flee to the next. For truly I tell you, you will not have gone through all the towns of Israel before the Son of Man comes. May God bless the hearing of his word.
Thanks be to God. So, I forgot my role. I was so wrapped up in my story.
Yeah, them preachers preaching for free and not taking no money was interesting.
Should I read
All
them? Or, oh, no, sorry.
I got it. A reflection, a collection of Juneteenth quotes by Black American leaders. Every Black person you meet is a miracle. We are valuable because of our humanity and declared value because our ancestors declared our worth when they fought for us to live. Brittany Panknett. Today on Juneteenth, today we celebrate the end of slavery. The day we memorialize those who offered us hope for the future, and the day we renew our commitment to the struggle for freedom. Angela Davis. Juneteenth is another moment for me and my loved ones to build an archive of truth and experience of ourselves, Black folks. Tatiana Glover. What historical narrative are we willing to weave in order to remind people not only that we were here enduring the trials, but that we stared the feigned toothed wolves of injustice in the face and said no more. Trayvon Free. The 4th of July was never about Black people. Juneteenth is just for us. As Black people, we are told we don't deserve our own holidays rooted in our own history. Everything else is whitewashed. Juneteenth is for us. Juneteenth symbolizes the hope that my children and grandchildren will be free. It's Black joy and Black tenacity to survive. Tanisha Grant.
Thank you all so much for getting us started in liturgy this morning. I know that was a longer reflection than normal, but as a white woman preaching on Juneteenth Sunday, I wanted to make sure to highlight multiple Black voices. And I also just found so many great quotes that I couldn't bring myself to leave one out. So I appreciate you all getting us started. We're going to move into a time of prayer. If you are watching us on Facebook or YouTube or joining us on the Zoom, you are welcome to join with us in a time of corporate prayer. I will open us with an offering of prayer, and then you're welcome to put your prayer requests, praises, gratitudes in the comments, and those will be read out loud for you. Do I have folks who can keep an eye on? Tony, you got Facebook? And I'll let you take Zoom as well. And then Dave, do you have an eye on YouTube?
I do.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Let's go to God in prayer. Loving and gracious God, on this Father's Day, we give you thanks for all those who parent, those who caregive, those who give of themselves selflessly and often without recognition. And we give you thanks for the ways that you set the example of what nurturing and care looks like in our families and in our communities. As we reflect on the important meaning of Juneteenth, we recognize that there is so much liberation work yet to be done. We ask that you give us the wisdom and discernment to see where we need to lift up our voices, where we need to take action, and where we need to step back and be a support. Just as just as Jesus commissioned the 12 disciples to go out and spread the message and heal, we know that we are similarly commissioned to do your work on a daily basis. And we ask for the strength and courage to do that work in your name. As this community lifts up its prayers, we ask that you give comfort where comfort is needed and healing where healing is needed, and to receive our praises and gratitudes. Hear this community's prayers now.
for caregivers. Dave,
You may be frozen.
Yeah.
Lord, hear our prayer.
Gratitude for fathers.
Lord, hear our prayer.
for Camille's aunt, mother, family, and all the older relatives as they navigate challenges of being aged.
Lord, hear our prayer. For my father, Ron, as he awaits medical test results. Lord, hear our prayer.
For those going through difficult health diagnosis.
Lord, hear our prayer.
For transgender people in Florida and throughout the United States.
Lord, hear our prayer. For courageous drag performers who continue to show up during Pride Month. Lord, hear our prayer.
For children without fathers and fathers without children.